Good morning. My name is Witschge, and following up on the story of Koen about DSGO, I will be presenting one of the use cases. Just a short introduction of myself. I'm also supervisory board member of the iSHARE Foundation. And now I will be presenting on behalf of Techniek Nederland, which is the industry association of installing companies in the Netherlands, and one of the partners in the DSGO program. This is me. So what I will talk about, I have the same problem, but anyway, it's the building installation registration. So it's about registrating and sharing data on installations in buildings. And there are many reasons to do this in a standardized way. And if you think of it, I don't know if it's happening in other countries in Europe, but today we don't know what installations are installed in which buildings. And there are many reasons that you want to know what installations are there and what are the properties of those installations. For instance, electricity grid congestion. I will be talking about that a bit later. But also data-driven energy transition. Also talking about the Green Deals, making buildings more energy efficient. Predictive maintenance. So instead of doing the annual round to maintain the installations, you want to know when is the right moment needed for you to go to the installation because something is wrong, and that the installation is telling you, hey, you need to go there. Quality Assurance Act. So there's new law in the Netherlands where constructions and also buildings, they need to comply with certain quality standards, and that also involves a lot of data about those quality, about products, processes, and qualified people. Circular economy. Also, of course, a lot of data involved to know what materials is a building constructed in. And there are various laws for demand registration of installations. So many regulations where you need to tell the government, hey, I'm installing a certain installation right now. And in order to prevent that you, for each of these reasons, you need to have our own registration. So the industry association Techniek Nederland says, hey, we need to do this in a standardized way, which can be applied for all of these reasons. And we want to do that in, of course, complying with the DSGO, as said, and Techniek Nederland and 𝐼 are the initiators of this project. So I walked with you through the steps of this process. So it's a DSGO data sharing process in which the entitled party, being the building owner, unfortunately the text is a bit changed, but they request their qualified installer or consultant to register in a traceable way in which buildings, even if it's a big building, in which location in that building, which installations have been installed, so that the entitled party can issue and manage authorizations in an authorization registry. There's another step underneath. I cannot show it to you, but so that actually the data is being shared, and we are using many of those logos you see there. For instance, the cadastre, if it's about the construction or the building data, or 𝐴TIM, which is an international standard for data about installations. So one of the first use cases for this installation registration process is electricity grid congestion. This is a big problem in the Netherlands. So because of the growth of solar panels and electrical cars, there is increasing stress on the electricity grid. You see there the red is not good. So it means that we need smart use of the existing grid to know when you are using electricity and to optimize that. So the grid operator needs installation data because it wants to know what is the current installed capacity of grid-intensive installations, such as heat pumps or car chargers or solar panels or batteries. But they also want to know if these installations are being controlled by a control system. And this is where the process of building installation process comes in. So we've developed an application together with Port 8. This is their authorization register where the building owner orders registration of the installations in a building and also orders the sharing the data with the grid operator. It's very easy. It's just a very simple screen which you are seeing here. Then the next step is that the qualified installer registers the installation. So it sees, it goes into the building or it looks into the ERP software to see what installations are in the building. And so that's being registered. And then the grid operator retrieves the basic BIR, so the building installation register data, which is a kind of a minimal data set, location, installation class, manufacturer ID, so very limited. And then we have a big database called 2BA, which contains 23 million installation articles with a lot of product data. And so there the grid operator can, with the key of this minimal data set, it can get the specific data needed for this use case, being the capacity. And with that, the building owner and the grid operator together can optimize grid use and minimize grid cost, because the building owner will find out what is the capacity of the installed base and the controlled part of that, and they can share it with the grid operator, and together they can optimize the grid use and also reduce the grid cost. So this is a very practical application of a very urgent problem in the Netherlands today.